What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams with the distance. I'm here to report on this Andre Dirrell versus Arthur Abraham fight. The end of the few minutes go on disqualification. Overall, leading up to the disqualification, it was leading up to be a very good fight. I had in this fight Dirrell 10 rounds to 2. Anyway, on to the fight. I had Dirrell winning the first. I had him win the first 7 rounds. Though Arthur Abraham started to open up in the 3rd round. But Dirrell boxed beautifully in this fight, using his jab, throwing combinations while Abraham was in his guard. Though in the 3rd round, Arthur Abraham started to open up a bit. Dirrell was pretty much basically just stay on the outside box beautifully through combinations, using his jab, switch hitting, and stuff like that. I think that the angles and the constant movement gave Arthur Abraham a lot of trouble in this fight. And, I did give Arthur Abraham the 8th round. I gave him the 8th round because, there was another round when he started to kind of open up and he started to throw more punches. And, and the punches began to land. And Dirrell got caught up on the ropes and was in a bit of trouble. And the referee, I guess, kind of got him off the ropes. And, the fight, went back to the middle of the ring and stuff. But I did give Arthur Abraham that round. I gave the 9th round to Dirrell. I gave the 10th round to Arthur Abraham. Arthur Abraham started to, it was another round where Arthur Abraham started to open up a little bit more. So I gave Arthur Abraham the 10th round. And then, we got the controversy in the last round of the fight when Dirrell slipped down to one knee and Arthur Abraham hit him. And Dirrell went down. This is very reminiscent of the first fight that I ever saw in boxing. The first fight I ever saw was Roy Jones Jr. versus Montel Griffith back in 1997. That was the first fight I ever saw. And as you guys remember, Montel Griffith went down on his knee, and Roy Jones kind of hit him with that 1-2. And Montel Griffith went down and fell down to his face and ended up being the first loss of the career of Roy Jones Jr. And Arthur Abraham, as Dirrell went down, hit him with the right hand, and Dirrell kind of went down and he turned over and his legs was kind of shaking and stuff. It was kind of a scary moment at first because it kind of made, and in a way, it kind of made me reminisce of that first fight I ever seen of Jones versus Griffith. Do I think that Abraham should have been suspended for that fight? Maybe. I do think, Dirrell was clearly on his knee when he hit him with that right hand, as he went down. So, the man was on his knee and he couldn't defend himself. Though it was a slip from Dirrell, he couldn't really defend himself. So he did hit him when he was on his knees and stuff. So, should have been a disqualification, definitely. Maybe, definitely. I'm kind of in between that. But overall, it was a great fight for Andre Dirrell. Andre Dirrell stayed on the outside, did everything he was supposed to do through combinations, and it was giving Abraham a lot of trouble because Arthur Abraham wasn't able to negate that and defend himself from those shots. So I did think that Andre Dirrell did everything correctly in this fight, though there were times that he did get caught in exchanges, which is what he didn't want to do. And also, along with that, he didn't come up and counter the correct way with his combination. I think the whole fight, Dirrell should have stayed away from Arthur Abraham. I think he should have kept his distance from Arthur Abraham, and used both jabs in this fight. He didn't really use both jabs, but he did keep his distance away. He did kind of move a lot in this fight so that he could kind of stay away from Arthur Abraham. But at the same time with Arthur Abraham, I did think that he should have, when he had the chance, take advantage of the shots that were available for him. I did think Arthur Abraham should have done that. But do I think Andre Dirrell was acting in this fight? No, I don't think he was that. I don't think he was acting at all because that hand that caught him flush on the chin was devastating. Clearly. That was a clear disqualification shot. The man was down on both of his knees. The referee, I guess, didn't really step in time, and he caught him with the right hand. So, there was nothing he could have done to defend himself from that. So anyway, the fight ended in disqualification. I did have Dirrell winning the fight by, there was the knockdown in round 4 off the left hand, but I had Dirrell winning the first 8 rounds. So it would have basically been about, if the fight would have went on, from all the way down to round 10 on my card, I probably would have had it, say, 80. I would have it about 80 to 71. So Dirrell was going to clearly win this fight if it wasn't going to be a knockout. And Dirrell came out around in the last round, fighting beautifully. So anyway, that was Distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.